Alright, welcome back to our ongoing video series on using Medusa's Siren ePCR software. In this video we're going to briefly discuss lab values, the recording of lab values using the ePCR, how that relates to ground ambulance and industrial. So primarily the lab values tab is utilized by our air ambulance peers to record lab values that they obtained using their iStat point of care blood analyzer. Generally, this information is not particularly relevant to ground ambulance or to industrial ambulance or industrial operations. However, I will still review this tablet with you for your own information, and there could very well be some applicability to your practice that you can glean from this video. So this again is primarily for us to record lab values that we as practitioners obtain. So in the lab values section on the left hand side of the screen, you'll see four options: blood gases, electrolytes, hematology, and cardiac markers. And these four sections capture most of the parameters that we evaluate using the iStat. With blood gases selected, pressing the plus symbol, you'll get this pop-up window, time-stamped, date-stamped, and done by, all consistent with previous pop-up windows described in previous videos. The site. So what this is actually looking for is less the site and more the type of sample. So is this a venous sample? Is this a capillary sample? Is this an arterial sample? And is it temperature corrected? You can input the pH. You can input the PCO2, the PO2, the SO2, the base excess, the bicarb, and the FiO2 that the patient was on, whether they're on room air or they're on your mechanical ventilator. Maybe it was set at 60%. And the total CO2. These are all parameters that our iStats provide us, and when you're done, you can simply press save and you'll see your entry. If you go to electrolytes, functions in a very similar fashion, although this time it doesn't ask you for the type of sample because as it's not a blood gas, that is less relevant. It asks for the sodium, the potassium, the chloride, the glucose, the BUN, and the creatinine. Hematology, effectively the same. This time it's just hematocrit and hemoglobin. Cardiac markers, also the same. In this case, it's our troponin. If you are doing multiple iStats or multiple evaluations of the patient's labs, then you would make multiple entries. Each entry would be time-stamped for when that entry was obtained. Now there are a few parameters that are collected by the iStat that were not captured in these previous four sections. For example, if we go to chemistry other and create a new entry, we'll see two, anion gap and lactate. Those need to be inputted here from the CG4 and the Chem8 cartridges. And the final one that is not captured anywhere is ionized calcium. Now you'll see on the screen total calcium, but total calcium and ionized calcium are different, and so we do not record ionized calcium here in the total calcium section. We leave that blank, and to record ionized calcium, we go to Diagnostics, Other, and then we just type in what the ionized calcium was and when it was obtained. So for example, I am going to say 1128 ICA 1.09. If you are doing a urine dip on the patient, you can enter that information by pressing the plus symbol, color, appearance, specific gravity, pH, etc. And if you are obtaining x-rays or interpreting x-rays, you can select that, and then you can just free type in the x-ray that you were viewing, describe all the various parameters such as the x-ray orientation and the quality of the x-ray, etc., and then just describe your x-ray findings. That's really all there is to say about the lab values tab. It's not, again, particularly relevant to ground ambulance and industrial operations, but thanks for listening regardless, and we look forward to talking to you in the next video. Thank you and have a great day.